It was a wild tweet. And I know a lot of people probably agree, a lot of the Lone fans. I think this is his producer or friend or engineer, someone associated with Lone at some point. Or maybe this is a troll that the Reddit was saying or Instagram was saying, but I saw it posted around. Regardless, it's a pretty hot take. If Looks Could Kill, Destroy Lonely's album, going number one, I'll bet my life on it. Now we see all this promo on billboards. We see him getting posted everywhere. He's the hottest in this new generation of rap. I can't deny that. But number one, like I wish that we could see, because remember, SZA and Metro Boomin in their like 50th week, they're still selling like 30, 50, 60K because they're just that popping right now. And they got hella features from Travis Scott, Drake, whatever. Drake's even there. Drake's probably selling like 20, 30K just weekly on past albums, like his whole discography. So bro gotta take down this tweet because Fritz might come back and be like, yo, this dude the real, like he's taking people out. So number one, maybe on Apple Music the night of, but no way number one Billboard. And I'm not trying to hate. Y'all know I like Destroy Lonely's music, but that's not happening. I'm sorry. I hope it does. But like, even if we're hopeful of the 10, let's pushing it though, 20K, that's pushing it. Cause I'm hoping like 10 to 20, cause that'll be a W first week sales for this next project. But even if he does do 10 to 20K, that's still less than, again, Metro Boomin, like the mainstream stars. I don't care about the surge in the streams the first week, but those people, again, like they already hit their peak at like 100K first week, but like their steady plateau is 30, 40K. You can't compete with that. It's just not happening. 20K for a number one, yeah, that's not happening. That's ridiculous. And Owen says we're getting 50K. Okay, I saw some comments even on Instagram when we posted it saying like 60K. And I'm here to tell you, bro, I'm sorry. Lone is not selling 60K. If Yeat's not hitting 60K, he hit 54 or something with Afterlife. And that's with hella hype, bro. I'm pretty sure it had Youngboy on it. I was going to say Uzi, but that's not true. If Yeat ain't hitting 60K, I'm sure as hell Lone ain't hitting 60K. Again, I love Lone's music, but bro, we got to be realistic here. That just ain't happening. And plus, he didn't have any features on it. If he had Cardi, maybe. But that's even pushing it there. He got Ken Carson on it. Who's big, yes. But like every Ken Carson fan is also Destroy Lonely fan. So is it really bringing any more streams? Because usually the features like bringing a whole new fan base. But like it's the same one. So that's not really boosting it either. Maybe it'll be a more popular song because it's like more hype. But again, no features on the track list other than Ken on the bonus. Maybe because of the vinyl sales and the merch bundles, if they ship out first week, it boosts it up just a tad. But they got to bot this shit up. Interscope, they got to bot it to the oblivion to even end up in the 30, 40Ks, bruh. Sorry. 30K is crazy. If Lucky is hitting 21 after 10 years of being in the game, I understand like Destroy Lonely doing his thing. But okay, so maybe let's say 25 max, I'm saying, for Destroy Lonely. But Yeat is way bigger, like 2, 3, 4x potentially the size of Destroy Lonely. So if Yeat didn't even hit number one on his first week. So if Yeat's not hitting number one, Destroy Lonely sure as hell is not. Destroy Lonely more popular than Lucky already. Be that as it may. That's why I kind of like thought back a little bit. I was like, you know what? Maybe he is, but let's just check something real quick. Because Lone might be getting a lot of push. Like he's getting on the billboards in New York Times. I don't know if that actually helps. Usually it's the digital marketing that I feel like translates the like more with Rap Caviar. If he lands on Rap Caviar, okay, it'll boost it up more. He hits the major playlist. But let's see something. So I'm on Spotify right now. If Lucky is 4.2 million. Again, monthly listeners isn't the greatest indicator, but I think Lucky actually got more monthly listeners than Destroy Lonely. See, 4.2 versus 3.3. And I know Lucky got way more music out, so of course it's going to be skewed, the data. And If Looks Could Kill is obviously doing super well, 21 million, whereas Lucky's latest track is at what? I forgot to like that. 965. It's been out way less time though, but you know what? Whatever. Even if he's more popular than Lucky, let's say max 30K. Like he's not going number one, bro. Sorry. And also, we have to realize that streams aren't the only thing, because we know that the industry is super corrupt in that there's payola. So if you're streaming super well, such as Yeet, you're still not going to get that radio push wherein you can essentially, I know you can buy streams on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, whatever, but radio, I think it counts more, or like it's just easier because you got a ton of radio stations that are just playing that. And I don't know if it gets counted per like listener who's listening to the radio station meanwhile it's playing, or how it's calculated that way, but like they just don't have that. They probably do have the access, but like radio stations to a bunch of old heads are not playing Destroy Lonely. I'm sorry, but say like Jack Harlow, he sold 55K this last week, I believe, or projected. He's gonna get pushed to like the mainstream audience. You know what I'm saying? Like it appeals to more people. So sorry. He's fire, but let's be realistic. Not happening. Now, in relation to that, so this kind of backs up the data that I was just talking about. The top streaming debut for Spotify in 2023. Yeet has that right now, 18.1 million. However, technically, he actually sold less than, I think Trippy sold like 55K. With what was it, Mansion Music? I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Somebody else pull back the data for me. Yeet sold like 54, 52K, but he streamed the most. NF actually sold like over 100K. A lot, I think over half of it was pure merch bundles and or copies from, I don't even know if people buy on iTunes. Is that even possible? I think they discontinued that. But like they bought the vinyls off his website, and so that counts as a CD sale because that's literally what it is, and it's way easier to sell that way. Jack Harlow, he's selling 55K, technically more than what Yeet got, or maybe Yeet sold 56K. Regardless, it just shows that these artists are streaming less than Yeet, but they get the push from the radio and or other mediums. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're still selling more or equivalent with way less streams. So it just shows that an NF, if you don't know who that is, it's like an Eminem type rapper, like a white rapper who's super lyrical. He was very angry, like he's on his period 24/7. No diss, that's just, you know what I'm saying? But like it's just corrupt, man. The music industry is ridiculous. They can somehow spawn record sales even when it's not streaming. Or maybe they do it on Apple Music. Technically, Apple Music actually counts more, even though it has a less user base, because they pay out more. I think it's based on how much revenue you make, and Apple Music pays out more than Spotify. So like they calculate it of if you make 10 or 11 bucks on a CD sale back in the day, you divide that by the amount of revenue you get per one stream on each platform. And so Apple Music, since they pay out more, you only need less streams to count as one album. But like Logic sold less. Ice Spice, Summers. This one is ridiculous to me. 733K. I'm sorry, but on Spotify, maybe on SoundCloud, Summers would hit 1 million first week. Or no, sorry, this isn't even first week, bro. This is first day. Summers is not hitting 1 million or 750,000 streams on Spotify in the first day. This is not happening. This just shows that, and he even admitted it. Remember, he signed a 10K. He said, "Yo, I didn't. All my songs are at 500K. I didn't do that." Like he basically exposed that his label and or all the labels are botting the shit out of their music. So no hate towards Summers, but come on. And the thing is, it's not hate at all because he's actually transparent with the fans. So good on him. Yeet, 18.1 million, bro. 18.1 million streams the first day. That's none of these people are getting that, bro. Maybe like I don't know, bro. 1 million streams in one day is hard to come by. They running that shit up. There's no way that many of these artists are hitting that. Maybe like Ray Shrummer because they got 2.6 mil, but they flop. Like no, I don't even know if people are really listening to that. And they sold like 15K. If Lone sells more than Ray Shrummer, because Lucky did already, I'll be so happy. It will just show that the new generation is taking over. I'm not trying to be flip here like new gens, but actually the newer rappers are surpassing the old mainstream rappers, showing that they're trash and that they fell behind on what actually sounds good. Yeah, Yeet definitely, okay, yeah, I agree that Yeet definitely has the numbers, but like, I'm just telling you, at least like 20% of these streams are fake, bro. We've gone over this. It's like when we went over Eternal Take, it got 300K first week, and then we divided that by, what was it, like 1,500? It was like 100 million streams in the first week. And it's like, you're telling me that a third of the US listened to your album once in 1 week? Like, no, that's not happening. And Yeet is a household name, sure, but I'm not talking shit. I think that it would still be the same rankings. I'm not saying that one is doing more than the other, but a lot of this is inflated. So that's what I'm saying. I'm hating on Ray Shrummer. I am hating on Ray Shrummer because that album was trash. I'm telling you, bro. But yeah, everyone got some bot motion. I'm sorry. It's just we gotta come with the facts. These artists are not as they're famous, but like the average person that you walk on the street and talk to, they have no idea who a lot of the people we listen to are. And yet the numbers reflect like a third of the population in the US or a large fraction is listening to them when that's just not the case. But yeah, bot shit, look, I'm not hating, man. Shit. Somebody got to bot me. No, I'm playing. I don't want that because it actually hurts your algorithms. I don't know about on Spotify though. Like numbers are numbers, especially when you're already getting a large amount of streams. It like just inflates the number. It doesn't mess up the algorithm because you're already getting enough good data where it'll recommend you to your related artists and etc. You probably don't get paid from bots. Yeah, because if it comes from like Indonesia or I'm sure they have US bots too though. Like if you really got a big operation like ILCK or one of these labels, I'm sure they got their own farms that will pay them. Like they got millions of dollars to invest in this so that they can, because if you get 1 million bots or however much it is to spend $1 million for the infrastructure, you can then make 100x off that, even more potentially. So they got the money, bro. Imagine being a $1 billion corporation like Universal. Of course they're gonna do something to get ahead. Business is business. Cheating is not a real thing in real life in the working world. Like they tell you in school that cheating is bad. And of course, like ethically there are standards. However, you see all these white collar investment bank executives and whatever, like they go to jail. They're not going to jail like prison. They're going to some comfy whatever. Like the cheaters don't really get punished as hard as you would think in the real world. So these corporations who are botting, again, they own like a third of the shares in Spotify. So who's going to catch them? Spotify? They own Spotify. It's like a whole conspiracy, but we'll talk about that later. But Ice Spice, I think Ice Spice is actually getting a lot of streams with like Boy's a Liar Part 2. My girl listens to that song all the time, so I believe it. She actually has an organic movement. Now that we're talking about, I think you're referencing the graph that we just looked at right here. Ice Spice is 2.3 million. I believe that, to be honest. I think a lot of the hot girl summer type chicks, they be listening to Ice Spice all the time because like she does have a cool personality. I don't personally like her music, but I see why people like her. She's just like a cool if you watch her interviews, like she's actually cool. She's like low key about it. She's not extra like a lot of these female rappers. She just like, that's why her album just like she's not trying too hard. So I do think that, of course, again, I do think that all of these are getting botted, but it's all like kind of the same amount in proportion. So they would all be relatively the same rankings. Now, there are artists who bought the shit out of the streams. Like Money Man, if you go to his related artists on Spotify, is literally like Asian artists, like or Indian artists that are also using the bots. And that's like, he's a rapper. Of his related artists, the people who also listen to his music should be other street rappers or whatever. Not like, that's just blatant cheating. You got to be smooth with it. That's literally what the labels do.